In this video, we're going to look at what the modulus and the argument of a complex number are. So the modulus of a complex number is going to help us to rank complex numbers in terms of size. With real numbers, it's really easy to rank them. For example, we all know that 20 is bigger than 15, and even with irrational numbers, you probably all know that pi is bigger than 3. There's a really simple way of ranking them. But with complex numbers, it's a bit more, well, complex. So for example, is 4 bigger or smaller than 3i plus 1? It's a weird question to ask. In this video, by exploring the modulus of a complex number, we're going to be able to figure out how we can rank them in some sense. The argument is also a really useful way of thinking about a complex number and has really nice applications and uses in the Argand diagram. So let's take this complex number and represent it on the Argand diagram. So it's 4 plus 3i, so 4 along and 3 up. So it goes here. So two things that it's useful to know about a complex number are the modulus and the argument. So the modulus is simply the length of the complex number when represented on an Argand diagram. It is just the length of this line. So how do we work that out? Well, we just use Pythagoras, because what we have always is a right angle triangle, and in all cases the real part will be the number across the bottom. In this case it's 4. The imaginary part will be the part going up or down if it's negative. And the modulus is simply the hypotenuse of that triangle. Now in this case it's a nice easy one, because the square root of 4 squared plus 3 squared is 5. So we represent that like this. We say that the modulus of the complex number z is 5, so its length is 5, and it gives us a sense of what the size of a complex number is. Now another useful concept is the argument. The argument is the angle that a complex number makes with the positive real axis. So here's our real axis over here, the real part. So it's this angle here. Now, two things you need to know. One is we measure in radians always. We never do this in degrees. And the other is we start from 0 here and we measure anti-clockwise. So you measure anti-clockwise round to, well, this would be, if it was degrees, it would be 180, but it's pi radians. And we tend to go in negative radians around here. So minus numbers around here all the way around to minus pi over 2. Now you can have an argument which is bigger than pi. I mean, it could be anything, it could be 100. It just loops around lots of time. But normally an argument is a number somewhere between minus pi and pi. So what is it in this case? Well, it's this angle here, and in our triangle it's simply this here. So we can use tan to work that out. So we're just going to say that tan of theta is 3 over 4. And we just work this out on the calculator, ensuring we're in radians. And in this case, it's 0.644. And what we would say then is that the argument of z, we simply write arg z, is 0.644. So the modulus is how long it is, and the argument is the angle it makes with the positive real axis, measured anti-clockwise. And if we're measuring something clockwise, it's going to be a negative number. Let's look at some more examples. So let's take this one, 2 minus 2i. So that's 2 along and 2 down, so that's here. So here's our complex number. The modulus of this, we're simply going to do Pythagoras on these bits. So mod z is just the square root of 2 squared plus negative 2 squared. The negatives make no difference here. And we get root 8, or 2 root 2. So that's the modulus of this complex number. It's always a positive number. It doesn't matter where your complex number is, it will always be positive. And then the argument, well, it's this angle here, but it's going to count as negative because we measure it anti-clockwise from the real axis. So if we're measuring it clockwise, it's going to come out as negative. Now in this case, maybe you can just spot what the angle is, but I tend to solve it like this. I tend to draw out my triangle. It's 2 here, it's 2 here. I don't worry about the fact that it's -2 for the purposes of this. I just find my angle. So I can say that tan of theta equals 2 over 2, which is 1, and you get theta is pi over 4. But that's not the argument because it's below the real axis, so I just make it negative afterwards. So you're going to find some people who include negatives in here in order to try to get that to be negative already. I don't bother. I find that it's too easy to make mistakes. I'd rather just know the angle first and then use common sense or my brain to tell me that since it's below the axis, it's got to be a negative argument. So arg z is minus pi over 4. Okay, if you're feeling confident, definitely pause the video and have a go at this yourself. Now I'm going to work this out. So the number is -3 minus I. So 3 back, 3 down. So here's our complex number on the Argand diagram. Mod z is nice and easy. You don't even need to think about this one very much. It's just the square root of, don't worry about negatives even, 3 squared plus 1 squared, and that is root 10. So root 10 is our modulus, the length of our complex number, and our argument, well, here's what I mean about not getting too worried about the positives and negatives. I'm first going to think about the triangle I have there. So the triangle I have here is a triangle with 1 down and 3 across. Do not worry about positives and negatives. I'm just going to work out this angle first. I'll show you why. I know that tan of that angle is 1 over 3. So tan theta is 1/3. And now I can just use my calculator, ensuring that I'm in radians to work out what theta is. So I get theta is 0.322. But of course that's this angle. My argument is going to be always measured from the real axis over here. So my argument is going to be this, and I'm going to report it as a negative number since I'm below the real axis. So how do I find this angle? Well, it's just pi minus theta. So pi minus 0.322, so I work that out. Pi minus that is 2.82. And I'm just going to report that as a negative since it's below the axis. So the argument of this negative number is minus 2.82. Okay, so that's modulus and argument. We can work it out for any complex number. And yeah, it's a very useful concept and is going to open up a lot of interesting doors to us.